Welcome to South Beach Strategy today with Jay Cuza and my partner Alex from Privilege Media. Today we got a good friend of ours, Reginald Spencer, in the building,
Yes, sir. How you feeling?
also known as
Welcome.
Pursuit Reg. And from the motivational Instagram reels that I've seen, I can see where that comes from.
Love, bro.
He's hot on Instagram. It's hot right now.
Someone told me that you're from Texas.
Well, I live in Virginia my whole life. I just moved to Texas, Dallas area, and I love it. It just kind of took my mentality to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I think your surroundings and what you see and the people you're around really impacts the vision and how far your life is going to go. So moving to Dallas was big because I felt like one thing I hate personally, I say that strongly hate, is I don't like feeling like the man. I want to feel like, in many cases, I'm the brokers in the room. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when I learned. So that's the reason I left Virginia, because I kind of conquered it. Now at Dallas, it's just like, yo, I'm around people that's worth $800, $400, $600 million, and they teaching me things. So, yeah.
Well, they say people from Texas are different.
Yeah, man. It's like, in my opinion, in Miami, you can see the wealth. In Dallas, it's invisible, right? So you might be walking in an area and you're having a conversation with a guy, he owns the whole neighborhood, and you just would never know. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part I love about Dallas. The schools my sons go to, I mean, you can see it more there. You know, you got all the Maseratis and the Lamborghinis, you got all this kind of stuff at a private school. So when I seen that, I was just like, oh yeah, your little Range Rover, your G-Wagon, or your whatever you, this is like, yeah, you where you need to be. So Dallas is next level, bro. It's similar to Miami, but just more calm.
Well, you talk a lot about learning on your reels. So a lot of them. And right now you talked about learning from the guy that doesn't look like he owns anything and he owns the whole neighborhood possibly. So talk about maybe like who did you learn from the most?
So far in Dallas?
Or in general, who would be a person that you would say you look up to as like a mentor, someone that taught you a lot? Where do you know, learning is important to you.
Yeah.
So if you had to point to one person and say, I learned a lot from this person.
It's so many people that I learn from, because I don't necessarily have to have a relationship with you to learn from you, right? But for me, my virtual mentor, Patrick Bet David, I think, so for people that feel like, oh, I don't have nobody to teach you, like, listen, we live in 2025 now. So your mentor, you never even have to meet him. So when it comes to Patrick Bet David, whether it's from family, business, mindset, never having that victimhood mentality, for me, that's my go-to. I've met him several times, and that's my guy. PBD, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you heard of him before, but that's my guy. Yeah.
No, he has a wealth of knowledge, and just like you said, interesting point. 2025, you don't need to actually know your mentor, but you have to be inspired and you have to be connected. And when you have an original connection, you can't fake that either. So that's the difference between Texas and Miami, though. Everyone is super fake here. Over there, it might be different.
Yeah, man. I can operate in any environment, right? But I just prefer genuine people. And like you guys, you know, we can see through the fake stuff nonstop. So, but as it pertains to learning, Patrick Bet David, I probably got 4 notebooks full of just information I've written down. I bought all his books, Your Next 5 Moves, Choose Your Enemies Wisely. And that's huge. That's something he taught me just through the book, right? Sometimes as men, we are our best high performing. How would I say that? We perform the highest when we have an enemy, something to conquer. And sometimes when you get some level of success higher than what you're used to, that's how people kind of, slow down. That's why you see artists, their first album, crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because they trying to defeat all the enemies. But then once they get millions, you be like, what happened to the old such and such? So that's how it is in business as well. You always got to have the right enemy, because the higher you go up, the harder it is to be able to find something that motivates you. So choosing your enemies wisely is huge.
Yeah, you talk a lot about motivation in your reels as well. I noticed that. And about staying motivated. There's one there about you can have a girl, and if you're not making money, it don't matter how good you are, how good looking you are, she's gone.
Yeah.
And I felt that, right?
Yeah.
We all felt that.
And it doesn't make the woman a bad woman, right? Like they're made to be a helpmeet. So if you're not giving them anything to help you with, what's the point of them being there?
I agree. I just recently got in a new relationship, and I've been single for 10 years. And if your woman is not helping you get to the next level, or like hyping you up as the man and just getting you more focused, then what exactly are you doing? Because it's more of a lease on the other side, you know? It has to come back. The energy has to be bounced off each other.
Facts.
Yeah, we already know you have the perfect girlfriend, so you don't have to brag about it. But in your specific reel on that one, you're talking more, I feel like, to the guy. Like, hey, don't drop the ball. You know what I mean?
Don't
Like,
drop the ball. Don't drop the ball. Like, you have to continue to create. That's what we were made to do, right? Sometimes that creation isn't money. It's mental. If you're not building the people around you mentally, spiritually, but of course financially, it is what it is. Like, that's our role. Like, a woman, she's there to do what she's supposed to do, but a guy, we're there to protect and provide. And that goes into so many different avenues. So if you don't do that, sorry, not.
It's not working.
me and I had a question from the pre-interview that we did. You have the top 3 things that you learned video. When did you learn these things? When did it come to you to say this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop my knowledge into 3 things you need to know.
Man, it's been a journey, man. I would say from the age of 19 up until now, because I'm always going to be a wealth of knowledge. I remember when I had $17 to put in my car and $3 to get some sardines. Like, that era of struggle was so important because at whatever you get to, just like with you guys, I'm sure you're trying to accomplish something else right now. We ain't never going to stop. You have to tap back into that struggle era.
Yes.
So I would just say my whole life, you know what I mean? So it's just 3. I could pick 20, but my top 3 is what you see.
I think that's one of the reasons why we started this podcast, South Beach Strategies. We want to get the raw. We want to know what makes people tick, not just like, oh, you're the owner of Sea Spice. Great. We want to hear like the struggle. And we watch a lot of your videos, but we don't know strategic wise or entrepreneur. What do you exactly do? What's your business strategy?
So initially, I built my entire portfolio off of my sneaker stores. So I started off in the flea market, right? Started with my sister. I kind of told this story before. I ended up getting injured on a job at 19 years old, and I started with my sister. She had a little small situation where she was making maybe $1,000 a week, paying me $300. You know what I mean? She taught me a lot. I'm gonna give you a shout out right now. Sis Nicole Perry. She's big in real estate now. She was on all the real estate shows, but she taught me so many strategies, and I took her business from $1,000 a week to maybe $8,000 to $9,000 a week. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I started. So now I have several sneaker stores around the country and some overseas as well. Name of them is Pursuit, Instagram Pursuit 101. That's my baby. Currently, the branding and being able to pivot because the world is changing. You know what I mean? I've seen some things online where it's just like, you can do whatever you do. You can have a job, you can have a business, but you also need to be able to own your own brand, right? Because that's transferable in any genre. And you can't just do one thing anymore. Like, that's over, right? You specialize until you can diversify. So I tell people all the time, make sure you lock in on creating a personal brand because that's transferable in any arena.
I'm glad Alex talked about what we would like to focus on, because I think when our clients see your Instagram, Reg, they're going to see the $39 million in sales.
Yeah.
They're going to see the floss. They're going to see the sauce.
Yeah.
But they don't know about that struggle. When you were there in that position, when you, like the way you talk to your fan base and the guys that are following and looking up to you, how did you get yourself through those challenges? What were you thinking at those times when you were, because it sounds like you were doing good from the jump, but there had to be some times that you look back and you were like, damn.
Man, I have the same mindset from if I made $40 million or I made $40, like, because I'm always trying to go up. So it's not that, then it was a struggle. I'm putting myself in positions where I have to borderline struggle because I need to get to the next level, and it's never going to stop. I think retirement is a bad word. You follow me? So if I look at Bezos and, Jigga Man and all of the guys, it's like they constantly creating. So it's just an ongoing process. And for me, the struggle is the most important part, not the cars and stuff. Like, you want to get that. Like, I want a boat, I want a helicopter, I want all of these different things, and I also want to help other people get. But I think what we all can identify on is the process and the struggle and the challenges to get to the level in which you are now and the levels in which you're going. So it's just a constant thing. That's what I hang my head on, man.
I think a lot of people, when they see success, they think people just got that. It just came to you, you know what I mean? And they don't realize that there's a phase of getting there where there's a lot of challenges,
Right.
So we like to reach out to people and let them know, hey, you got to go through this. It's just the reality. Like, everybody that's been on the show has been through. They've had their things on the way there to success.
Facts.
It wasn't easy, you know. They went through a grind, you know, and they pushed themselves through from many different ways. One of the things we try to find out is, what do you think is more important, like relationships or what you know? What was better for your success?
Definitely relationships, because what you know is going to have a peak at some point, right? I always say relationship is way more valuable than money. I could fall off today, but because of my word, my integrity, and the people that I know, I could be back on within 90 days, right? So relationship is bigger than any piece of currency. I know, I mean, if we want to take it to a different genre, people use information and having relationships for negative reasons too. So it's like the more relationships you have, the better your life is going to be. So relationship is almost always more valuable than money.
I agree. I was just going to chime in on the previous statement. You said that, it's the struggle, it's getting there. Of course, we want all these things, and when we get them, but something that people don't talk about that we do here is about the people that were with you on the way, and the ones that were there for you when you weren't so high up, or you weren't like the best, but they still kept with you, and your real circle, like the real people you trust. And then when you get those things, those are the people you celebrate and you enjoy. Because if
Absolutely.
you have all that stuff and you're alone, what's the point?
Right. And like that's a great point, man. I've been blessed. I can say that. A lot of people ask me, like, for an example, the overseas store in Colombia. How did you do that? And to be honest, I just give the glory to God, because I don't know how it came about, and it's just so fluent where I got people I can trust that I don't got to look at, ask questions. Obviously, I've nurtured the relationships and put my DNA inside anybody that's going to be a part of my circle. But, some of those things are organic, like meeting Damien, for an example. How'd you meet Damien? Like, how you guys got the chemistry? Bro, I don't know. That's God. That's why keep your heart in the right place, because it just brings great relationships. So, yeah.
Let's ask the good one. If you can give our viewers watching now some free game or some South Beach strategy insight, what would you give them, and why?
I will go back to one of my core pillars. Don't ever be afraid to show what you've been through. Once you show what you've been through to whatever your audience is, and strategies that you took to get out of those particular struggles, that's how you really perform. That's why how you get an identity with your team, with your people around you. Make sure when it comes to developing a team, that's huge. You know what I'm saying? You can make six figures easy, dolly, but how you gonna make $1 million? You're gonna have to have a team. And for all my leaders out there, duplication is very important. Like, spend enough time with the people that you're with, so that way they can have your DNA inside of them. Like I said before, like, let them be them, but also make sure they're duplicating what you have. So having a great team, sometimes that team isn't with you every day. You know what I mean? We could be a team in a different arena, but you got to nurture those relationships. So nurture your relationships, develop a team, and make sure you don't be afraid to show your scars to the people, because that's how you're going to form a great community.
You talk about building powerful brands. So what makes a brand powerful? And let's drop some free game. How does someone with a small business look credible?
It's not about looking credible to me. It's about being credible, like showing who you are. Like, for an example, let's use a person that's not braggadocious, very boring, had different challenges in their life. They struggle with anxiety, right? You might think having anxiety is something to be embarrassed about. You need to keep it to yourself. But how many thousands or tens of thousands of people have anxiety, and they need somebody to help them get through it? Show your process, show how you got over it, and then that's brandable, and the money gonna follow you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was about to say something I'm about to do, but I don't want anybody to take my quote. But it's major. I just gave you a major hint. So whatever, your issue, your struggle, what you're really good at, some things that's a skill set that is really unique to yourself. Share that with the world. Share how you experience it, the value that goes with it, because it's all monetizable. I've almost said something very special, but I can't say it. Sorry.
Well, I already like some of that game that you said, because there's a big difference between looking credible and being credible, like you said. Two totally different things.
Totally different
You can
things.
look legit, and then when it comes down to doing it, you just don't make it happen, It's a big difference. And I think people with the gram now, that's what they care about. They care about looking legit, but not really doing the work and doing the legwork to actually being credible,
Right. And that's how people get scammed so many times, man, because, it's the lifestyle, it's the cars, it's the this and that. Listen, man, all that is like BS to me. Like, I want to know who you are. That's how you get things that last. You know, the Harmosies of the world, the Patrick Bet Davis of the world. These type of people show the reality, not just the bling. You know, that's extra. You know, so
Or even the people that just have the amazing energy that you love to have around.
that's what I'm saying.
Like those people that make you happy. Sometimes I think, oh, what I'm gonna do, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I know I want to be around my specific friend, or no matter what we do, this person's gonna have a good time doing it. That type of vibe, you know.
Then you're gonna have to stay away from our friend Damian Bellows because he makes your lifestyle content look fire.
That's my guy, man.
For a guy who don't care about his content,
That's
his
my
lifestyle
guy.
content is looking pretty fire, bro.
Yeah, but again,
Yeah.
it ain't about looking, it's about being. This is my
Yes.
everyday life. Bro, if I can find MySpace and Facebook, I'm the guy that does what he does. I got a quote: if you're not like me, then you ain't gonna like me. So I've been doing this since I was 17 years old. And I put on a leopard jacket with some zebra pants if I want to, sparkly jacket, all that. Like, that's okay. That's who you are. Stop trying to look like something and be something. So if you're, you could be a chill guy, nice collar shirt on, whatever. That's cool. Own that, So again, Damien just bring my regular personality to life. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing new or nuanced. As a matter of fact, he be overworking me, low key. I'd be like tired. I'm doing like 18 hours a day for 7 days straight. But he brings out a different side of me, man. And I just want to give Damien some love. Like, I'm a very character-based person. I got an extreme level of discernment, and so I'll be able to see through anything. This guy right here is a one-on-one. I don't need to say nothing else. He's one of them ones. Period.
That's that Texas in you talking right there, right? Texas people from Texas is different. I don't know. It's like you said, relationships matter, and who you are matters. They take that shit serious over there. They don't play. It's not here where people say this shit and then they do something else. They don't care about their character. They don't care about their reputation. Yeah. But over there, dudes care. You know what I mean? It's serious out there. You know.
Facts.
And I think
let's switch up the vibe and talk about Miami. How awesome Miami is.
Oh, yeah.
We want to hear.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? What's the vibe?
Well, see, Miami again. Now, this might go numb on you guys' ears, but it might not. The word Miami is just energy.
Yes, electric.
You could be anywhere. You could be in Dubai. You'd be like, yeah, I'm about to go to Miami. Miami?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just so when you come out here, it's a lot of success. It's like you can see it. You need to come and be able to see it and feel it. It's like electricity. Like when you speak, bro, like I know you are who you are, but you speak like you from Miami. You just got that. You know what I'm saying? When you look at my man's right here, you looking like, you know what I'm saying? It's just different, bro. It's like different. You can't go to Mississippi and be like, oh, yeah. It's Mississippi, bro. You know what I'm saying? Miami is the lights, the skyline. The skyline, Governor DeSantis done did his thing. I gotta give you
Look how
flowers
beautiful
too,
it is
boy.
outside today. We got
know
the
what I mean?
yachts behind us, you know?
The yacht's crazy. I did a video. I'm just like, people be like, oh, you're so materialistic. Hey, bro, shut up. You just a quitter. Because if you weren't a quitter, you'll be trying to accomplish what you want to. You mean to tell me you don't want a yacht to put your family on a yacht and go to Monaco? You mean to tell me that? Oh, no, of course you want it. You just don't got the energy, the effort, the know-how to be able to do it. But you can try, bro. So my biggest thing, man, Miami is just a different energy. And a lot of people say I should live out here. I'm just like, bro, I'm too lit to live out here, bro. I need to go back and slow down and come back with the family. Like, that's just how I am.
You talk like a coach because when you're right there when the guy was hating, you were like, come on, man, you can do it too, bro. You're trying to pump them up.
Bro.
We would have been like, all right, fuck off.
Right.
We don't hear you. Like, the haters, they can't get no smoke. You know what I mean? But you try to push people along, and I've had my share of trying to motivate people that I've had come work for me. But Miami's a tough place to get people to come and work, because as long as they got money for a 6-pack and they can go to the beach right there and lay out and post pictures on the gram, I think they're happy with that lifestyle. That's enough for them,
I agree. I mean, they're necessary though, because they make people like you special. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of them. It ain't like many of you. So when you one of them ones, it just make you stand out, because most of y'all are satisfied with pennies. We not satisfied with that. That's why we stand out. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't our fault or the people watching this that I can identify with us. It ain't our fault. We just built a certain way, and other people are built the way that they are, and it is what it is. It ain't my job to change you. My job is to expose you to the information, and it's up to you what you do with it.
So DM ready, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, I've been having a lot of people ask me to kind of like coach them, teach them how to personally brand themselves when it comes to their business, because they got different struggles. So right around the end of November, early December, I'm going to open it up to the public. I'm a big person on systems, right, and value. So even I probably turn down 150 to 200 people for me to coach them because I don't want to just wing anything. I want a system. So I invested probably about 25,000 30 days ago to pay people to create my system and the funnels, et cetera, et cetera. And that's here, baby. Like, I'm about to launch it, and it's going to be real limited. But that first round of people, just get ready because it's just going to be special, and it's going to teach you how to bring to life who you are, whether you're quiet or whether you're lit like me. You know what I'm saying? That's brandable. Again, I almost said something I can't say, but yeah, that's what DM ready means. It's coming.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, man, stay tuned, baby.
DM ready. All right, so we talk about the juicy stuff. What's the craziest DM you got while you were here in Miami?
Crazy. It was more like inspiring from people that I haven't seen in like a decade, and I didn't even know they was watching.
Oh, that'll humble you, yes.
Because I don't do anything for people to watch. I do it just because it's me. So it was just like I had a guy back when I first started when I was 20 years old. He was like, bro, you the same person from when you was 20. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yo, I ain't seen this dude in forever. I don't know where he was at. So he had one of them profiles with no picture, but then he sent me a picture of who he was. I was like, wow, that's crazy. I mean, of course you get a lot of the hoopla and, oh, wow, like, that's cool. But for me, those things mean nothing to me. I only care about substance. Like, yeah, that's just what I care about. Yeah. I'm going to get spicy for you now. But
let's go. Let me see.
Well, Alex has a girlfriend now, so normally at this stage he'd ask, "What's the dating scene like in Miami?" Because that's what he would want to know. You know,
are you single? What's the dating scene?
Dudes,
What's your opinion on women in Miami?
Boom.
I mean, I feel like this. If you're 30 or over and you still going to the club, you're wasting your time. I see too many dudes going out, standing in lines, getting girls, getting bottles when their family is in generational debt. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you still worried about women. No, get you one woman and focus and lock in because everything else is a distraction. Most of us only got 30 to 40 more years. So what you doing? You still going out, bro? You still getting lit? You still drinking? Come on, my boy.
Where you work out when you're here?
What is this joint called? Boxer.
You go to Boxer?
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Organic. Put me on. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Boxer. That's.
Jay is a VIP member of Boxer,
Yeah,
actually.
my boy's Mateo, who's the owner.
Oh, for real?
David, who's his partner.
Yeah,
So,
I may get
shout
go
out
ahead.
Boxer.
I may go ahead and get a member.
Yeah, you
I
should.
think I seen you there.
Probably, I would go there like at 11, 10 o'clock in
You
the
be in
morning.
a ring at all or no?
Sometimes, yeah, with Mateo, which is not the owner, but with the Italian guy, the boxer.
seen you.
Yeah, I've been out there.
The last time I came.
Boxer's
Boxer.
lit,
Now
right?
because of the show, we start filming and stuff. So I go in the morning to my building. I just train there. Like wake up, I get it out the way, and and I've been playing a lot of paddle. I don't know, you know what paddle is?
Is it like pickleball? Or?
It's like pickleball, but it's in a cage. Oh, they have it in front of boxer.
Yeah.
That one but it's not pickle.
Paddle. Yeah.
Yeah,
We went for the master.
Oh, you guys, okay. Perfect.
We should,
Yeah.
Jay. We should actually interview Mateo one of these days.
Yeah, we can bring him in.
Yeah, Boxer is lit. I love that gym. I like the temperature in it. I don't like gyms that got a lot of it's air conditioning. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to sweat. What you doing?
Yeah.
Guys who are on your level, who are in the same mentality as you, are all there. So you can network well
Totally
there, and
are.
everybody there is on the same page. Positivity, motivation, going
Shirt
ahead.
off while they're working out.
Everybody is pushing ahead.
Benavidez was there.
Benavidez is there every day. He trains there, so he's dedicated
on the other
there.
side.
Yeah, on the other side.
Yeah,
But he
yeah,
used
yeah.
to train on the main side before they opened up that private side.
It's like its own little community there.
And I think he prefers the other side because that's where you see all the action.
Right.
Box action on the other side.
Right. Facts, the energy. The energy is major, baby, if you understand.
Privacy is cool, but I want to see a little vibe when I'm there. If I make the trip, I want to be put me with the people.
Right. That's how I am. When I go to the gym, I go to a gym called Absolute Recon, best gym in Texas. I like to go when it's the people, because sometimes I might be, lagging. And then I see one of the homies, he looking
Going
like
hard.
cut up like an eighth of dope. I'd be like, oh, nah, I got to get my, you know what I'm saying? I got to get right. So, yeah, I'm a big on energy as well. I want to speak about something that I call my true believers. These are the people that are very hard to get and impossible to replace because they don't work for money, if you will, right? They work for purpose. They love what they're doing. They're irreplaceable. So I have about, I would say, 6 true believers. True believers they irreplaceable. I have probably 75 employees, but the true believers, man, because what happens is I spent so much time with them from 2017 to like 2021 where I was at the stores 12 hours a day, etc., and just really putting my all into them and making them my fruit, right? I'm the tree, they my fruit. You can always tell a man by the fruit that he bears. So, and I teach them to also duplicate themselves and create more fruit. So the better your true believers, the more further your business is going to go, and they're going to just continue to develop fruit. And if they develop bad fruit, then I got to hold them accountable. So that's how I feel about the team. It's so huge, bro.
It's strong, very strong. That's why me and Jay get along so well.
Yeah, Alex is big on team.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's big on giving me all the things to do and me doing them, you know? That's like, great. He's like a quarterback, you know what I mean? Just throw, Jay, go run and get that ball, you know? So,
You gotta throw it. You gotta throw
I'm
it.
on 50, so I was like, one more.
Right across the middle, bro. Take that hit for the team.
Great team guy right there, bro. You ever need a quarterback right here? Alex is the best. I have to call him one day. I didn't even notice it was happening, you know? One day I just called him up and I'm like, yo, you may want to do something yourself. You have great ideas.
Right.
Feel free to do them.
No
That's
joke.
why it's a team effort, actually.
Bro, edit. I sat with one of my videographers back in Virginia for an hour and watched him edit. It took him an hour to edit like 8 minutes. I said, gosh.
And Damien would sit down like 7 hours, and then we do weddings as well, so it's like 7 days. There are multiple videos on my feed that are straight AI people that are not even real people, that are just attacking the internet, and this got to a point where we don't know what's real or fake on my feed, and it has me not even wanting to look on Instagram anymore, and that's crazy. What do you feel about that?
I feel it's about perspective, right? So you can have a perspective of, okay, this is really threatening what I'm gonna do, which it is. Or you can also have the perspective of AI is gonna make people come back together because people are gonna yearn for
The
real
realness.
interaction, face to face, etc. Because there's gonna be so much finesse online, right? So it depends on which spectrum. I look at both, right? I want to like be able to be prepared for what's coming, but also like, yo, that's gonna make us as authentic one-on-ones. Like people gonna yearn for that relationship more because there's so much fake stuff online. You know what I'm saying? So
Have you seen that stuff?
I've noticed it, but I'm curious that you brought it up because how many of them did you DM?
No, there's literally creators and people who upload a likeness of themselves, and then they don't even have to speak anymore. Like I could see in the future, the kind of type of videos that you're doing right now, someone will duplicate them with AI easily.
Ah, man, that'll be tough. Well, come
It
on,
would.
I think that when he speaks, it's that's what he's talking about, the authenticity of.
No, exactly. But the
A-
template is what I'm
You
talking
think it'll
about.
look just like it?
They copying whatever working, and obviously it's working for you, right?
yeah, the problem is it's almost like they're gonna be preying on the people that don't know better. But I just feel personally, man, the future looks bright. I think you can use it as your advantage, but I also think it's gonna be a place where people just yearn for individual relationship or individual interaction, because once that like really hits, it's gonna be overwhelming. People gonna be like, bro, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Because I heard about this guy, he was DMing a fake girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Somebody
that's
told me
what
he
I'm
was
talking about.
And then he found out that she was an AI, and they showed. I was like, yo, that really looks like a real person, right? You told me that. Okay, yeah.
Alex
So-
was DMing a real girl.
I sent it to him.
I was talking about Alex.
Yeah, I sent it to him. Yeah.
He sent it to me, and I said,
I knew it, bro.
True story. I don't make nothing up. Like, I don't remember where it came from.
Yeah, straight
I
up.
don't remember where it came
And
from.
Shorty's
And
bad.
did you guys go on a date or what?
No, listen. It's just.
You
It's
guys never
just.
went out?
This is what it is. It's intrusive,
last year.
right? It's intrusive. First of all, Instagram listens to your conversations and shows you what they think you're like based on what you send your other friends and everything, right? So now I'm scrolling and there's this like beautiful model all in my feed. I'm like, who is this girl? I don't even know her, but I'm looking at it very closely and I notice all her pictures, she doesn't have any hands. It's just like this because AI doesn't do hands correctly. So that's why you don't see hands.
Really?
And it's like her, it's like provocative, her in lingerie and all this stuff. And that's where AI is going. I don't know if you know, but ChatGPT just released an article that they're going to start focusing on adult content for people that are verified over 18. This is literally just like virtual reality porn that's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
And that's not God, but the other guy trying to infiltrate the system. Like
The
you
next
said,
time, send
you
it
have
to
be
me. I'll
aware.
double check it for you, bro. I'll give it a good look over for you.
Our armpits ain't looking right, bro.
I'm a
So
pro.
you get-
Trust
so
me,
you
I
don't
know.
fall
I
in
can
love
see
with
it.
a
You're a
bot,
pro,
bro.
yeah. You know.
I send it to
How
Damien
long
so
were
he
you
can
guys
see.
DMing for? How long
No, I
was
wasn't
this? It was
DMing
like a
her.
month?
I sent it to him and he was like, "Yo, she's bad." I'm like, "Exactly, she's not bad.
Oh, damn,
She's
I thought
fake."
she was bad.
I'm like, "This is not even real, bro." And he's like, "No way, insane." Because we talk about this all the time, and we're innovative to our AI. We use it for editing. We use it for backdrops, but
Very important.
it's about to get crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the relationships are gonna come back. You know, it's gonna be more important to have real relationships because so much fake shit you'll see.
Especially for the real people. We're gonna know. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of us. We're more like behind the scenes silent, but like as AI comes, as I said, it's gonna be some great advantages and you gotta be locked in. And if you don't understand it, hire people that understand it. But on the contrary of that, it's going to be a lot of drawback, which is going to bring back relationships and just one-on-one communication.
AI is built for perfection, and people like imperfection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what brings us together. The things that we're not perfect with, you know, and that's what keeps our relationship strong.
Facts.
When you love someone so much that when they do the shit that you're not really supposed to find attractive, but for you, it's something that brings you together. You know.
Agreed.
And I know you talk about relationships and locking down a woman. And that's part of locking down the right woman. You know, you're gonna love her for her good and her bad. She's not gonna be perfect, you know.
She's not going to be perfect, bro. Just like you. I'm not Superman. She ain't Superwoman. Like, that's just how it is. We supposed to, you got to live for the other person. So that means you're going to have to die for a couple things about you. Just going to have to, die. And it's generally opposites attract, right? It's like, okay, I'm this way, this person's that way. So it's going to be a lot of things I don't like that they do, right? And vice versa, because those are the things I need to get better at. So if you live for the other person, that's a major part. But their past is important, right? Especially for us as guys. Like, I'll give you an example. There'll be somebody online, a female online, and she got all of these places she's been. Dubai, Morocco, da-da-da. Done. Well, I'm going to take you. You've been everywhere. Like, you use goods at this point. So that's what I always say, man. Like, the history of the female is important. Us as guys, we need to have experience, right? But the more experience a woman has, it tends to make them more hard, and we want to be dating a female, masculine person.
This is such a good topic. And then something we're talking about right now too, Instagram. Even if she's the perfect woman, right? And it's so many different perspectives. But if she's on the gram, half naked, like cool, even if you're a model and stuff like that, there still has to be that classiness and that respect and that line
Right.
that the most people will be like, oh no, it's just Instagram. Like, no, it's the point of the whole essence of her. And that's lost between so many blurred lines of Instagram of a girl in a bikini. Cool, let me just post a picture. It's cool, but like, there's levels.
Yeah. A man that's gonna be a man of covering you like the level of man you want. He don't want that, because if he sees that, then you know where our mind go to, right? So it just is what it is. So yeah, that was
At the same time, they have to show something too. Like, all right, we're in the gym, we got our biceps, we're gonna show a little masculinity, but there's a way to do it. But that's such a thin line, and this is just a good topic. That's why I brought it up, because it's like, like
And
Jay has a problem
that goes
with
into
it.
your post where you said, with that, a man should have his shit together.
Yeah, it's
Before he goes into that, right? That's kind of how that post was. Like, go get your shit together, then get a girl, and you can lock it down because you're focused, you know?
Yeah, you got to lock in on you first. Like, choose your own purpose first. It's purpose before women all day long. That's why I said in the post, God made us first. He made them second. It don't mean that a man is more or greater than a woman, because there's certain things that they can do that we absolutely can't do. Like, for an example, the most important thing, having a child. Like, so how could we ever be on the same level, right? You can bring in life. I can't. You follow me? So there is going to be, good and bad on both sides. But yeah, man. So when it comes to just the relationship dynamic, I got a lot of insight into that. But and we can go in however we want to.
Awesome. Well, we could talk about the team just right from it. We've been talking about team and growing your circle. It's funny. And then you said at the same time, your real ones, your day one ones. Well, actually, Damien was my day one guy when I first came to Miami, as a friend, as a brother, and as a business partner. So we've been working together towards this niche of creating content. and marketing, but it's not only about creating content and marketing. It's about the real relationships, the energy, and how you're adding to someone's recipe by giving them some really good sauce that's gonna taste good no matter which way you put the recipe, and helping them get to that final dish, you know? So, and that's lost in the process now. Everybody's a content creator, everybody is a videographer or a director, but it's about the experience that you have with the person. Even if the footage was super fire, which I know it was, I wanna feel good and have that energy. And I think that's how we could transition and talk about, you know, our next guest, Damien, who's gonna talk about the creating part that you work with very well.
Yeah, Damien, he's gonna bring the best out of you, like, period. He says all the time, it's a blessing when you can work with a person that like you vibe with and you guys are on one accord, because it makes him specifically go above and beyond. But Damien goes above outer space somewhere when it comes to what he brings to the table. And I've worked with a lot of guys and have great relationships with current videographers right now. But for me, he's just on a different level. And I told him this. And when I say different level, I'm not just talking about talent. Talent is good. You know, the cameras, all those things are good. All those things are great. But at the end of the day, somebody else can meet that. Let me tell you what separates Damien. It's a very simple 4-letter word. He cares. Well, 5. He cares. Being able to care when you do something, that's huge, bro. Like, people don't really understand how important it is when you're doing business for the person that's providing the service to actually care. Because we know what it feels like when they don't care, but when they do really care, it just takes things to the next level. So for me, that's what takes his skill set, his ability to the next level, because that's an intangible that, you know, it's non-duplicatable, man. You either have that or you don't. Because I've seen him work with people, like, for an example, I brought him to a think tank that I had here about a month and a half ago, right? And he was working for me, right? He was doing work for me. We were working together for me. But it was dozens of people there. He in there shooting for them, doing drops for them, sending it to them for free. Come on, bro. That's next level. That's unreplaceable.
That's adding value,
bro.
Even for you.
Yeah, for me, but most people don't do that. The other videographers, they weren't doing that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So I just say
They're not gonna do it.
They're not gonna do it because they're not getting paid for it. But
I will do it though. I'll do it.
Yeah, because we got the sauce.
Yeah, the people
And it's
that
about
only-
networking and connections. If someone comes to you with an authentic vibe and say, "Hey, I know you're working with Reg, but you mind? Why not? Sure. Okay, cool." And that's how it works.
Al did something like that for one of our guests, and they did like a $12,000 sale the same day that they left here, because the content that he gave them when they left was so fire that somebody hit them in the DM and
From the post,
made a $12,000 sale
That's what
off
I'm
of something he did in like 30 seconds for them.
Right.
You know?
People that only do what they pay for, they usually end up the brokest.
So today, I might say this has been an awesome, amazing interview with Pursuit of Reg. You dropped some knowledge. We got some great clips right here. We want to thank you for coming. Jay, you have any final thoughts?
This was a great interview. Thank you for the motivation. You know, and that comes down to not just looking authentic, but being authentic. Texas dudes are different. Right?
So,
Well, I got to give my city. I'm from VA, you know what I'm saying? But coming to Texas just made it all well.
I'm from New York.
Yeah.
But like you said, you sound like you're from Miami because we
yeah.
adapt to our environment, you know,
Facts.
and that's just how we are. We're gonna be home team. We're not gonna be the guy that moves to another city and then roots for the other team. You know, I'm Miami. I'm gonna ride with the Dolphins. I'm gonna ride with the Marlins and everybody here because this is where I sleep at night. You know, so obviously I'm still have some loyalty to my home teams in New York. Shout out New York, but I live in Miami and I represent here, and I'm a product of this environment.
Right,
you know,
bro. You were able to evolve. People that can change faces are the people that advance the most.
yes.
so where can our guests find you? Give us some more information about that.
I really
business?
tap into Instagram the most. Pursuit Reg, PURSUITREG. Same thing on TikTok and Twitter. Like I said, the platform will be dropping soon, and my biggest thing when it comes to the platform is going to be called the Empire Code. Is that I want to give value, and I'm just wanting to silence all of the people that have been scammed by this online marketplace. I want to give the absolute most value, and over the next year, that's what we're gonna do, baby. The Empire.
Well, quick answer. What's just your opinion? I just want to know, out of all the channels right now, if you had to pick one to work on, like TikTok, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, you know, all these different options that we have now, because now it just seems like there's which one would you pick?
Instagram.
Instagram for you still the strongest.
Yeah, because generally the growth, if you grow on Instagram, like it's legit. YouTube and Instagram, but Instagram first, YouTube second, because YouTube is where you nurture your audience. Instagram is kind of like it's just the most popular way currently. So TikTok is cool too, but Instagram number one.
Instagram's still strong, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. That's what I wanted to know. Just 'cause I was curious about that today. I was wondering, should I focus a lot more on TikTok? But I just feel like Instagram for
Yeah,
me.
TikTok is easier because prior to what Trump just did, signing and making it American, it's easier because it's not controlled by us. But with Instagram, when you actually build a community on Instagram, is what I'm doing currently. That's super authentic, and YouTube, right? Those two things.
We need that sponsorship from Instagram. Hit us up. Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, Rich, thank you for
Yes,
coming.
sir.
We
Yes, sir.
appreciate you. Thank you for your
guys.
time.
Thank you,
Hope we didn't make
Killed
you
it.
late to your flight.
Nah, we Gucci,
And
baby. We
we'll
Gucci.
keep you posted on how things go.